the first thing I think is, oh my God, what have I done?
Hello.
Hey, I'm Naomi.
And I'm Jack.
And welcome to our channel. Woo!
What are we talking about today, Naomi?
Today, we're going to talk about what's changed since marriage.
It's a question we get a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, how does it feel to be married now? Do you feel like a changed man? How's it different? It's like, it's been a week, you know?
It's been a month.
What are you expecting? So, we just thought, let's just talk through our experiences here.
Okay, overall, Jack, has something changed?
Yes.
I think a lot has changed. And so stay tuned to find out more. Like, subscribe, put in the notification bell, and welcome to our channel once again.
So, Naomi, why don't you start? What do you think's changed?
Well, I guess for me, I don't know how to say this without hurting your feelings.
Oh, God.
But every couple argues. But now, when we argue, the first thing I think is, oh my God, what have I done? Try not to take it the wrong way. Being married...
We might be having another argument in a minute.
Hold on, let me explain myself. So being married, it's very final. There is no... For me, I don't believe in divorce. I don't believe in irreconcilable differences. We are getting through whatever it is we're arguing about. So what tends to happen is I start to catastrophize. I'm like, oh my God, he didn't take his plate back to the kitchen. Is this what my whole life is going to be about? Oh my God, I got so mad that he didn't take his plate into the kitchen. What have I done? Why did I say this? This is going to be an argument we're going to be having for the rest of our lives, and it's all because he didn't take his plate to the kitchen and I was the one who said it, and I'm like, why? Why did I argue with you? I don't want to argue with you about plates.
Wow. Your little brain is really working away, isn't it?
I know, and he does take his plates to the kitchen. That was just an example. But it's more just like every argument has so much weight on it, because you hear about all these people that say, you know, we've been having the same argument for 50 years. And, you know, when you think about people getting divorced, it starts with these little things. And so I start can't even say it.
Catastrophizing.
I do that.
It's a good word, yeah.
It is, if you can say it. And I get scared that perhaps I need to, like, reserve my nagging, you know, for the big bits, and not just be a nag for everything.
Yeah, I get it. I think you've dug yourself out of the hole. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done.
No regrets about marrying him. He is a dreamboat.
Yeah, let's get that on the record. Yeah. let's make it at least 1 month. No, I think you're right. It definitely can seem like things have a bigger weight, because whereas before we were just looking at that moment in time, now everything that happens, whether it's good or bad, we think about it being sort of like forever or like for the future. So it is easy to dramatise or catastrophise or just think about things as much bigger than they are now. So I suppose that naturally leads on to talking about commitment. Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, is that I felt married to Naomi from when I decided that I was going to propose. So I already felt committed. So my first reaction when people say, what's changed after marriage, for me, is not very much, because I felt committed before, I still feel committed now. But I think there is that sense that every little decision now that we make is part of this bigger commitment to, like, us being together.
So for me, I feel a lot more committed. Not to say I didn't feel committed before, but I just do, you know. I want to be the best human possible for you, and now I feel like I need to sacrifice, and I want to sacrifice a lot more of my being, so that overall we are happy.
You're a little sacrificial lamb, aren't you? Bless.
I am. I do feel more committed. I guess with me, another thing that I found has changed since marriage is our relationships with our family members. So I am now part of Jack's family, and he is now part of my family.
That's the bigger one, really, because I think that Naomi was quite familiar with my family beforehand.
Yeah. She
would come and visit and stay over, and had quite a good relationship with most of my family before. Whereas me, although I knew her family a bit, it wasn't like we were really close. But for me now, I do feel like part of the family, especially like now living here with you.
Yeah, so we're living at my parents' house at the moment. That's another video we'll get into, so stay tuned for that.
But yeah, no, I do just feel welcomed really genuinely as part of the family now. But even for you, even though you were close to my family, you were saying that it's changed, right?
Yeah, so I think like the family trust me more, so they are more honest with me, and actually that means that I get to find out a lot more information about Jack, more than he has ever willed to share with me, which can be a bit scary, because I'm like, oh my god, I've married this man who is emotionally inept and won't tell me about his life and childhood. And then at the same time I'm like, oh, they trust me, that's so sweet. And
emotionally inept, you know. Wow.
A lot's changed in a month.
Digging that hole again.
Anyway, we just do feel more a part of the family. And
well, more like it's one, yeah, we are one family.
And also with my family, as I say, Jack's living here, but I have a better relationship with my parents.
That's nice.
It is. You've really made me and my mum closer, me and my father closer, and everyone's just been really happy. I guess we're all still in honeymoon stages.
So another thing, I guess, with family is not only do we feel more a part of each other's family, I suppose I feel at least like we are now starting our own little family. You know, so it is, at the moment it's just me and you, but in the future hopefully there'll be some little me and yous, mini Jack and Naomi.
Very, very far into the future.
Yeah, far in the future. But still, I just feel like right now already we're setting up things for our family. We're looking at things as a family, so it's as if now in a lot of ways we are one entity, you know. Still two separate people, but also like we've lost, I suppose we almost in most instances I put us as a family over my own individual needs.
I feel like to some extent I've lost my autonomy a bit, but purposefully given it away. I don't want that autonomy. So, you know, it's now me and him. I kind of feel like I need to run everything by you. Not like, oh, I'm so sad, why am I running everything by him? I feel so trapped, but I want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
it's more just we want to make decisions that are collectively the best for us. For us both, I suppose, which can go down from tiny little things to big things, from finances to social planning, which are quite big things. I think we'll talk about in another video. We're going to do about how we manage our finances, so stay tuned for that. Yeah,
but like even social plans, you know, I'd be like, oh, it's my friend's birthday, she wants to go out for a meal, it's 25 quid the next, you know, and we just think, what's your plan on that weekend? What are you going to be up to? Have you been working this whole week? When are we going to carve out time for us? Like, is this should I go? Like, obviously if it's my best friend, he has no option.
I wouldn't stop you anyway. Yeah.
You wouldn't, and that's the thing, you wouldn't, but it's now a conversation, whereas before I'd be like, bye mum, going out today. Mum will be like, where are you going?
Yeah, it's not a case of that you're accountable to me, like you've got to check with me to do everything. It's just that we both want to make sure that we're doing the best things for us, you know? And we still do want to enable each other to go and do whatever things that we want to do. You know, if it is we want to spend time with friends, but usually we'd like to do that together. Like Naomi would like to come with me to meet my friends and vice versa. So
yeah. And this just works for us. It may not work for other couples, and that's absolutely fine. But at the moment, I'm really happy with how it's going, and yeah.
I suppose that one thing that does come with this idea of thinking us as a family and thinking about things, about the weight of their future, is we do sort of find ourselves under pressure a little bit for these future goals that we want to achieve for us.
I guess we're both students at the moment, and, you know, God willing, everything goes well. At the end of the day, he's going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be a doctor, so we're going to be in a good financial standing. But, you know, things like savings and debt and wanting to buy a house and business plans, we want all those things that people when they're married at a later time in life do get then, but we want them now as students. And so actually we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I was saying to Jack, had we not been married, you would have been comfortable being, you know, in a little bit of debt. You would have been comfortable living in shared accommodation. You wouldn't be thinking, I really want to buy a house now.
Yeah.
And I would be the same. I would just say, okay, well, I've got like a couple £100 debt here, but I also want to go on holiday, so maybe I could just dip a little bit more and max my credit card out and go on that holiday. So, but now everything is kind of magnified, and it's like, shit, I want this now. And so we do have a bit of pressure, you know, which is different for us, I guess, because we're both students, and also that's just what marriage has done for our relationship, which I think is a positive thing, because we are getting so smart about financial management.
Overall, if I had to sum up the experience in a few words, I would just say it's great. What would you say?
I would say it is amazing, and it's nice to feel a part, and just I feel a part of him, and I'm so invested in his well-being and his success.
Yeah, and vice versa. Yeah. I think there's, for me, a good way to sort of express it is almost security.
Yeah.
Or comfort. We're a team now.
We're a team.
We were a team before, and that's the thing, is that I didn't think a lot had changed with marriage because I was so committed before and I knew what we wanted with the future. But it does sort of take things to the next level, which is difficult to really appreciate without actually getting married, I think.
Yeah. And so overall, I would recommend marriage, and I'm sure all the feminists are dying in their graves, but I love serving my husband. I want to cook, I want to clean, I want to make sure he's happy, okay? And I never thought that would come out of my mouth, so...
And I like cooking.
He does love cooking.
So, but yeah, it's very sweet. Anyway, that's it for now. Let us know what you thought about what we had to say. If you've got any more questions for us about what it's like, any more specific questions, put them down below.
Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and see you in our next video. Bye.